Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this bow, which is a translation of the Amora Keyla bow, and the base bow, which is this one with the umbrellas and the happy clouds. That's the Amora, which is the cupping bow, and then this mermaidy seashell type shape is the Keyla part of the bow, and it's a translation from a Portuguese tutorial. There's quite a few different versions, and what you'll need is 2 times 45 centimeters for these pieces, and you'll need 4 times 32 centimeters for these, and I've done 2 plain, which is the pinks, and 2 of this sort of purpley pink printed. And I've got an embellishment for my middle later, I haven't decided which one. And I've also done an overlapped pinwheel, which was made on a 4-inch template, and that's ready to go, just so we save some time later. The same with making this up ready, it's just so it's a little bit less time consuming and you're not watching me for hours. Okay, and what I always do is on both of the 45 centimeters for the keel pieces, you pin in at 4 centimeters, and for the Amora, obviously I've heat sealed all of my ends like so, but I always pinch them together so that they're joined like that. And on all pieces, so both sets of these, I pin right on the centre here on both ends, and right in the middle like so, which I did the same on these like this. And like I said, it just makes it a bit easier as you're starting your process. If you've got everything ready to go, it's easier to follow along the tutorial. So this is the other piece that we're going to make, so we're going to make the other half of this. And like I said, we've got the 45 centimeter piece. We've pinned in at 4 centimeters, and what you want to do is take this side, and using that pin as a guide, fold like so, so you get that triangle, and you want the tail to come down towards you, and again using the pin as a guide, you want that triangle from that way to come back towards you, and then you fold that square up so it's hitting that triangle there, and then we use our little clip just to hold that in place, and then take that back up to there, so you've got a triangle shape again. Use that pin to hold, and then send your triangle away from you so you've got a bigger overall triangle, and then fold that ribbon back towards you so you've got the triangle shape pinned there, and then that hiding that original larger triangle, well, sort of half diamond that way, and then you fold that back like so, pin, again fold it over so you've got that there, fold it up, so like I said, you've got triangles both sides and your half diamond. Take that ribbon over and fold it back to meet that point. Okay, over, so you've got your triangle, hold in place, triangle the other side, over, fold it back to there, pin, triangle, fold over. Now on this last step, what you would do is you cut this down and then I'll pin that to there. What I'm going to do is, just so we can be sure you've got all the steps, I'm going to release it and I'm going to show you everything again, just so you can catch it, because like I said, if you miss any of the steps, you can go wrong. So we pin in at 4 centimetres, and then your first fold is down, so that triangle shape, that ribbon is down towards you. Oh, hold on, ignore me. Behind, so you can see that triangle shape is down towards you. See what I mean? Fold over, flip behind. So start down, triangle towards you, clip that in place so it's there, triangle again and clip, triangle so you've got your ribbon upwards, towards you, over, clip in place again, fold back over so you've got your triangle, clip, triangle this side, fold your ribbon over, make your triangles meet, over, clip, up, over, together, triangle, clip, up. And on your last step, we're cutting this last 4 centimetres sort of off, and we want to heat seal the edge. Okay, so I've done that. So you've got that point like that, and then you bring that up to your original, and on this side you would pin so you end up with this to begin with. Okay, that's what it will look like. Take this pin out now, and we're going to stitch through all the little points, these bits this side, and this is going to be the back. Okay, so I've got my needle and thread, and when you do this, just so you can see, you want to be right on the closest points as you can get. You want to make sure you're getting all of those layers and not just like one, to help keep that shape, that seashell type shape. You see? So you're catching all of those. Okay. And again. And the last one, as you can see, that one sort of rolled away. So roll that back so it's like that. And go through your layers. And your last piece. Take your clip out now. Okay, so you can gather it all together like this, and then you want to stitch back through from your other side. Make sure you're capturing all your layers again, like that. That's the other reason why a larger needle's always helpful. And again. we go. And then I just go from beneath and then back down. Ooh. Like this. So I can stitch off and cut that thread off underneath. Now, on some of the Portuguese tutorials, they have the like wire cutters. Obviously, we don't tend to have those in the UK. So what I found is useful to do is if you heat seal all of these tips like that, so they're sort of kind of melty, and then press on a flat surface, you get like a nice flat edge, which helps them sit together like so, which is obviously useful because it means you can get them closer together. And then what I also do is some glue all of them, but in my opinion it looks better if you don't glue other than the edges, because it means it sort of flares and sits better in the cupping bow. So all I do is I put a dot of glue on this edge here, which is this last one, just a tiny bit. There you go, and bring that so it's right against that first edge that it's joined with, and again exactly the same the other side with that last piece. Just the tiniest dot, and again right against that corresponding. And now I will say, like I said, these are not the prettiest bows from behind, as you can see. And this is how they're supposed to look. So if this is how the backs of your bows on your Keyla bows turn out, don't be concerned. That is how they are supposed to look. And what you should have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you should have 5 on both of your seashells as they spread out. And I like to give mine like a little fluff up so that they both look the same. And then, as we both all know, I'm not a fan of the glue. So what I do is I stitch my two pieces together. Like so. If you trust your glue more than I do, then you can glue the pieces. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to take my thread like this. So that's one side. And then through the centre, as close to the middle as you can. The other side. Make sure that they butt together like so. Pull that tight. And then I'm just going to put a couple of stitches really close to the centre. Careful not to wrap around your loops. Like I said, I do at least 3. So just one more. That's a bit too far. Okay, so that's how we do it. And then I just stitch that off in the back. Take that excess off. And that is how your Keyla bow will look at the moment. And like I said, that is how the backs look. So like I said, if it is messy, don't be overly concerned, because that is how they look. The best they tend to look outside of that is if you glued all of them, and they'll sit a bit more like that, but they don't look as fluffy that way. Okay, so that's this piece of the bow, the blue bit. So now we're going to make the bow that it sits in. And I'll just make this a bit quickly and pin everything so we can sew. And then I'll show you how to make it a little bit slower on the other loop, so it's nice and quick to watch. Okay, so there's one side of our inverted boutique. Just tie off my thread so I don't forget. Move these out of the way. Okay, so what I do is, as I said before, it's 4 times 32, 2 plain, 2 print, and I pin in the middle and right in the middle of both ends, and this helps keep your loops nice and even, and it also makes doing this super simple. So pin facing towards you and bring your ends so that they meet like this, so they're overlapping like that, and then I take a pin right in the centre of that, so like I said, it gives you a nice even guide. Okay, and then you bring that pin to meet that. Now that would be your sort of standard boutique, but we're not going to do that. What you do is you bring that over. So we start here, pins together in the centre, like this, and then we bring that over like so. Move that there, pin that through, and I move these pins to sort of hold in place as I'm stitching, and also as a sort of stitch guide I'll show you in a second. And you end up with 2 pieces like this, like so, and that is what your backs look like. That is the front, that's the cup, and we're going to stitch here. We want 6 stitches, and we start from above at that join. So in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one is out through there, and that's your 6. Okay, and that will get you 3 creases. So we can remove a pin. And pull that through. There we go. And then the same this side. From that join, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you can see, in, 1, 2, out. And it's 1, 2, 3 on the back, and like I said, it's a count of 6, 5 if you don't count the first drop like I do at times. Okay, I'll just open them up. So that's your back stitches, 3 on both sides. And that's your front, in, 1, 2, out, in, 1, 2, out. And then I cinch to get my 3 creases on both. And what I like to do, because like I said, I'm not one for gluing, is I will go back through and then back through around in what I call a cinch circle. So back through that side, and again back through there, like so. So you get your bow like this, and then I'll go from beneath and I'll just go through that first bump. Okay, 1, 2, over like that, and then stitch off. In the back. Cut that excess off. And there you go. That's your Amora boutique cup for our Keyla part of the bow. And this is what it will start to take shape like in just a minute. And it does take a couple of minutes for you to sort of manipulate them into sort of how you like them to sort of sit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to thread through my pinwheel, my amaura and my kela, because like I said, it's possible for me. Like I said, you can glue. It's entirely up to you. It's just all about personal preferences. So this is the way I do. And if you hear any background noise, my housemate's home, so it's just him moving about. In the background. So that's the back of my pinwheel. So I'm going to go straight through the centre of that one, like so. And then we're going to go straight through the centre of the amaura. And then straight through the centre that wasn't really the centre. Let's pull that through. There we go, through the centre of the kela. Pull that all the way so the knot's sat at the back base of the bow. And then we're going to manipulate everything where we want it to sit, like so. Make sure everything's aligned so you haven't got like one side of your kela too far over or anything like that. And I always like to get both sides of these. And then from beneath I wrap round at least 3 times, 3 or 4 times. like so. There we go. And then stitch that off in the back. And cut that excess off. And as you can see, my tails are a little long. So 1, 2, 2. That one needs a little trim. And then I'm going to curve the tails. So I'm going to go slightly down on that one. Slightly round on that one. And again, the tails are entirely up to you. You can do any shape that you think looks nice with the bow. Remember to heat seal your edges. Okay. And that's what it looks like so far. This is the back, and I'll lift up your pinwheel. That's what your amaura looks like underneath. And I'm just going to hold a second while So I've got my corresponding 9mm. So I'm going to heat seal that, add our clip, and then I'm going to decide which of my embellishments that I'm going to use. Because this is quite a heavy bow, I would use at least a 50 to 55 clip. And I don't line mine, so I do tend to glue the whole clip on these and press that right against the pinwheel in the hole. And then, like I said, heat seal on 9mm. Dot of glue just there. Open up our clip. We want that right on the centre, same as we always do. And we want to wrap round at least twice. You need to make this nice and tight. And it's also a good time to get your loops nice as well. So I always make sure that they have that nice curve. And back round. Like I said, again, nice and tight. Just a bit over. Cut that excess off. Heat seal that. We want a dot of glue just here. There we go. Open our clip. And then, like I said, I tend to sort of give this a nice fluff. And adjust everything until I am completely happy with my shape. And the other thing to mention, when you make these, this is the sort of edging. So there, and as you can see, you've got exactly the same this side and the same on the other one. You get this. I'll just stand that side up. You get this on your edges. Now, if it's not to your personal taste, because I think it adds an element to the bow, you can make some side bows. So you can just do some sort of, I'd say, 1-inch bows. You could do like a little tux bow, little peak bow, little chair bow, something like that. and if you put them there, that would hide the rest of that edges. But like I said, it's all about personal preferences. It's an optional extra if you are so inclined, because you don't like this. But like I said, I like to show you because like I said, it's not to everyone's personal taste. And the other thing to remember with this bow, it has used quite a lot of ribbon, because obviously we've got the double layers on the Amora, we've got the pinwheel, which is another 65 centimeters of ribbon, and you've got your 2 lots of 45 for your Keyla bow. So like I said, that is a lot of ribbon, so take that into consideration when you're pricing your bows. So I think this suits this princess crown here in that pink, or maybe this pink. Actually, I think that works better. So I have my E6000. Put some of that on there. And line that up over my centre where I want it. Just put my lid back on. And what I do with these, because it does take a little bit of time to set, is I will use a clip like so, just to hold that exactly where I want it to sit, like so. So there is your Amora Keyla bow. Like I said, thanks for watching. Do remember to like, share and subscribe for more videos. I tend to release on a Monday or Tuesday and Friday, so at least it's usually 2 a week, if not more. And there you go. Thanks for watching again. Bye.